Démosle.
Okay, good afternoon or good evening, yeah, Daniel. Today we are going to finish this session with a review class or a class review. A class review with unit 9 to 16. This is a class review. Grammar focus, asking for and giving advice. This is the first activity that I have prepared for you. Okay. Can you read, please, this expression?
Okay, asking for advice. I be got a bad toothache. What do you suggest? What do you advise me to do? What should I do? What ought I to do? What's your advice? If you were me, what would you do? Giving advice. If you were you, I will go to the dentist. Why don't you go to the dentist? You will better brush your teeth regularly. You ought to should avoid eating sweets. If you take my advice, you will go to the dentist. I might be a good idea to brush your teeth or on a regular basis. I advise you to brush your teeth on a regular basis. Have you talked about seeing a dentist? Decline to give advice. I don't know what to advise. I'm afraid. I wish I could suggest something, but I can't. I wish I could help. I'm afraid I can't really help you. Um, Thing to remember about asking for and giving advice. Advice is a verb. Example, I advise you to learn English. You will undoubtedly need, need it in your higher studies. Advice is a noun. For example, my father
Gave me.
gave me this piece of advice when I was young. Never give up. Ought to has nearly the same meaning as should. The only difference is that ought to refers to a moral or external obligation, but should is more of an advice. Example, you ought to stop smoking.
Yeah.
You should stop smoking. You will better is the short form of you had better. For example, you better see a doctor. It's the same. You had better see the doctor. Study the
Dialogue.
dialogue. Student, I'm terrible at English and I think I should do something about it. What do you
Okay.
advise me to do?
I'm going to answer you. I think you should try this website. It is a fantastic website for beginners.
I've been hear about it, but what do you think I should start with?
You'd better start with the lesson, then try the exercise. Okay, this is something easy to understand. Do you agree with me, Daniel?
Yes.
It's very easy. Grammar focus and phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs is opening for you. Okay, what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are phrases that indicate action. They are generally used in spoken English and informal text. Example of such verbs include turn down, come across, and run into. Phrasal verb consists of a verb and a preposition or an adverb. Verb, preposition, and adverb. Get up, go through, write down, take after. Have you ever heard this kind of expression, Daniel? Get up, for example.
The only one I never read is write down.
Write down. Write down, for example, when we say, write down on the board an useful expression. Escribe en la pizarra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes phrasal verb consists on 3 elements: verb, preposition of adverb 1, or preposition of adverb 2. Look forward to, put up with, and sitting for. This is the some more useful expression that you can observe in a phrasal verb.
Okay.
Okay. And here we have, when added to the verb, the preposition of adverb may change completely the meaning of the verb. Here are some examples. Phrasal verb meaning an example. Look for, meaning is search or seek. The example will be, he's looking for his keys. It's easy. Fácil de entender, ¿verdad?
Yes, very easy.
Okay. Look up to, the meaning is have a great deal of respect for a person. For example, his father is his model. He is the person he looks up to. Exactly. It's easy to understand. Look forward to, a way eagerly anticipate with pleasure. What is the example here? She's looking forward to visiting Paris. Look up, to try to find a piece of information by looking in a book or on a computer. She didn't understand the word, so she looked it up in her dictionary. Easy, easy, easy. And you have here a different kind of phrasal verb that you maybe in some opportunity will have the change to study.
Okay.
Consider that, okay? Okay, let's move to grammar focus, how to express reason. How to express reason. Can you read please here? Because
I was worried because Telly was late. In conversation, we very often use the form cause, also spell it cause, or cause. Cause in American English. I left because I was getting bored. Cause of plus noun. This is a preposition, so it is not followed by a clause with a verb. It is followed with by a noun or noun phrase. She was late because of the traffic. I was tired because of all the hard work. As slash signs, these conjunctions are formal. In a less formal language, we prefer the equivalent with so. As it's raining again, we'll have to stay at home. It's equal, it was raining again, so we have to stay at home. Since it's too late, I think we should stop now. It's equal, it was too late, so I think we should stop.
okay.
They are used when the reason is already well known, or it is less important than the rest of the sentence. The clause often being the sentence. Since I speak no German, we had to communicate in English. Since it's too late, we should leave it for tomorrow. It's very noisy here since we live close to the motorway. Compare. Sorry, I must go because I have a meeting at 5. I giving you new information. Since today is Sunday, let's stay at home and rest. We both know that today is Sunday.
Okay.
That's the reason why. This relative clause is very commonly used to express reason, especially in its short version. My car's broken. That's the reason why I came walking. I didn't know she was your sister. That's why I didn't talk to her. You speak very good English. Oh, yes. I forgot your mother's English. That's why.
That's why. Okay, let's move to past modal for degrees or certainty. Grammar focus, past modal for degrees of certainty. Okay. What are modal of certainty? Modals have only one form, so they are never spelled with an S. Must, could, might, may, couldn't, and can't are used to show how possible or probably the speaker think a present situation is. Using must conveys a strong feeling of certainty. Nevertheless, there is still some doubt in the speaker's mind. Must have been, may have been, might have been, and could have been are used to show a degree of certainty in the past. Couldn't have been, can have been, must not have been, may not have been, might not have been are negatives. What is the degree of certainty? The degree of certainty is the claim that a given fact is true. Various words are used for this purpose, such as modal verbs, could, may, must, and many more. Adverbs, certainty, certainly, definitely, probably, etc. This is a rules. Past modal for degrees of certainty. It is almost certain, or it is possible. She must have left already. She may or might have been forgotten the time. She must not have turned on her phone. She may or might not have remembered the time. It is possible. She couldn't have been at home. Her car could have broken down. This is some expression of certainty. Secondary functions of modal verbs. In the secondary function, the modal verbs except shall can be used to express the degree of certainty, uncertainty, or probability. Almost certain, must, will, would, ought to, should, can, could, may, or might. This is the very uncertain. Might, may, could, or can. And also should. Okay, let's move. All of these are modal verbs, Daniel. All of them, okay?
Okay.
Grammar focus, active voice versus passive voice. Here we have grammar focus, active voice versus passive voice. Can you read, please?
Okay, active voice means that a sentence has a subject that acts upon its verb. Passive voice means that a subject is a recipient of a bird's action. You may have learned that the passive voice is weak and incorrect, but it isn't that simple. The two grammatical voices are active and passive. Active voice. Tell us what a person or thing does. The subject performs the action on the objects. The structure is subject plus verb plus object. Example, Anna painted the house. The teacher always answers the students' questions. Ali posted the video online. Passive voice. Tell us what is done to someone or something. The subject is being acted upon. Object plus verb plus subject.
Okay.
Examples, the house was painted by Anna. The students' questions are answered by the teacher. The video was posted online by Ali.
Exactly. That's all folk. Active voice and passive voice is a very complicated study because it changes according to the time. If you are making for example, a comparison with maybe a past tense with present tense, or maybe present tense with past tense, is a little bit complicated if you are try to organize the sentence, because you can observe here. For example, Anna painted the house. If you can observe, the house is the direct object in this sentence. The direct object. But if you change to passive voice, the house, that is the direct object here at the end of the sentence, pass at the beginning of the sentence, and what is the role that play here the house? Is the subject.
Okay.
It is subject. The grammar structure is object plus verb plus subject. So the subject in this case is at the end of the sentence. Can you observe this? Anna is at the end. But the direct object is at the beginning of the sentence in the case of passive voice. Can you observe the difference?
Yes, it's very clear.
It's very clear. Okay. Let's move to passive voice to describe process. We can use the passive voice to describe processes in which the action is more important than the person performing it. Example, the metal sheeting was heated and bent into shape before being cooled, polished, finally painted. A lot of description for a metal. The passive to describe process is the grammar focus. Is are plus past participle. Modal plus be plus past participle. I seen is in film just once. One scene may be shot from 5 or 6 different angles. Only the best shots are used. Lots of different shots have to be taken. And as you can observe here, we have here active voice and passive voice. We have here in present simple, he delivers the letters. Active voice, letters are delivered. Past simple, he delivered the letters were delivered. Present perfect, he has delivered the letters have been delivered. Future simple, he will deliver the letter will be delivered. Past perfect, he has delivered the letter have been delivered. Present continuous, he is delivering the letters are being delivered. Past continuous, he was delivering the letters were being delivered. Infinitive, he has to deliver the letters have to be delivered. Modals, he may deliver the letter may be delivered. Modal plus be plus past participle. He must deliver the letter must be delivered. And the passive voice is used when the agent, the person who does the action, is unknown or unimportant or obvious from the context. Jane was shot. We don't know who shot her. This shot was built in 1815, an important agent. He has been arrested, obviously, by the police. It's obvious. To make more polite or formal statement, the car hasn't been cleaned, more polite. You haven't cleaned the car, less polite. When the action is more important than the agent as in processes. Instruction, events, reports, headlines, news, items, and advertisement. People were killed in the earthquake. To put emphasis on the agent, the new library will be opened by the Queen. Okay, let's move to that question. Grammar focus that question. Can you read, please, Daniel?
Okay, tag question grammars. A tag question is a special construction in English. It is a statement followed by a mini question. We use tag question to ask for confirmation. They mean something like, is that right? Or do you agree? They are very common in English. Question tag are short question at the end of the statements. They are mainly used in a speech when we want to confirm that something is true or not, or we encourage a reply for the person we are speaking to. Question tag are formed with the auxiliary or modal verb from the statement at the appropriate subject. A positive statement is followed by a negative question tag. Jack is from Spain. Isn't he? Mary can speak English, can't she? Yeah. A negative statement is followed by a positive question tag. They aren't funny, are they? He shouldn't say things like that, should he? When the verb in the main sentence is the present simple, we form the question tag with do, does. You play the guitar, don't you? Alison likes tennis, doesn't she? If the verb is in the past simple, we use did. They went to the cinema, didn't they? She studied in New Zealand, didn't she? When the statement contains a word with negative meaning, the question tag needs to be positive. He hardly ever speaks, does he? They rarely eat in a restaurant. Do they? Tag question for all opinions. Affirmative statement plus a negative tag. Health insurance is really expensive, isn't it? There are lots of criminals in the city, aren't there? Graffiti makes everything look ugly, doesn't it? College should provide daycare, shouldn't they? Negative statement plus affirmative tag. Child care isn't cheap, is it? Is it? There aren't enough police. Are there? People don't care about our city, do they? You can find a affordable child care, can you?
Okay. That question example, more examples. That question is a very easy topic to study. I consider it is more clear than passive voice. Passive voice is a little bit complicated. Okay, here we have some example of that question. Verb tense plus sentence plus negative tags, negative sentence plus a positive tags. Present B, she's American, isn't she? She isn't American, is she? You study English, don't you? You don't study English, do you? You were at home, weren't you? You weren't at home, were you? Tom was watching TV, wasn't he? Tom wasn't watching TV, was he? He was reading 5 letters, hasn't he? He hasn't written 5 letters, has he? You had lunch, hadn't you? You hadn't had lunch, had you? He'll read this book, won't he? He won't read this book, will he? With modal verb, he can read this book, can he? He can read this book, can he? Okay. Let's move to antonyms. Grammar focus antonyms. Antonyms are words that have contrasting or opposite meanings, like so much of the English language. Antonyms is root in the Greek language. The Greek word anti means opposite, while oning means name, opposite names that make sense. Since the English language is so complex, people may disagree about which words truly have opposite meaning. With the example of Antonym list below, we try to clear that up offer some tactics for choosing the most appropriate word every time. Example, absent, present. This is the antonyms, obviously. Abundant, scarce, accept, decline, refuse, accurate, inaccurate, admit, deny, advantage, disadvantage, agree, disagree, ally, dead, all, none or nothing, ally, enemy, always, never, ancient, modern, answer, question, antonym, synonym, apart, together, appear, disappear, or vanish, approve, disapprove, arrive, depart, artificial, natural, ascent, descent, attic, cellar. All of them are synonyms and antonyms, okay?
Okay.
Antonym example, here we have the next activity. Antonyms example, antonyms. Can you read this, please?
Okay. Bad, good, beautiful, ugly, before, after, begin, end, bent, straight, best, worst, big, little, bitter, sweet, black, white, plain, praise, old, young, on, off, opposite, same,
Opposite.
optimist, pessimist. How?
Opposite, same.
Okay, opposite, same. Optimist, pessimist, over, under, past, present, patient, impatient, permanent, temporary, plentiful, scarce, plural, singular, qualified, unqualified, quite, loud, raise, lower, rapid, slow, rare, common, real, fake, regular, irregular, rich, poor, right, left, right, wrong.
All right. All right. Let's move to the, oops, to the last one. Activity is, oh. Class activity, antonyms. 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 After reading the chart in class, think of as many antonyms you can as in class. A class, okay. Here we have more antonyms. Bad, good, beautiful, ugly, before, after, begin, end, bend, straight, best, worst, big, little, bitter, sweet, blacks, white, blame, praise, all, young, on, off, opposite, same, optimist, pessimist, over, under, past, present, patient, impatient, permanent, temporary, plentiful, scarce, plural, singular, qualified, unqualified, quiet, loud, raise, lower, rapid, slow, raise, common, real, fake, regular, irregular, rich, poor, right, left, and right, wrong. Okay. I consider all of these exercises, or maybe all of these activities are very important in order that you prepare better, not only for the exam that you did today in the morning, but in the future, if you want to communicate with other people, if you use antonyms with other people in the middle of a conversation, you will feel comfortable or confident also, because you will manage a lot of vocabulary in order to perform a good English. Do you agree with me, Daniel?
Yes, I'm agree with you, teacher.
Okay. So I consider the class has been finished. It was a pleasure to be with you in this tutoring. So I hope someday to have the opportunity to converse in a face-to-face, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, teacher, for your time.
Okay. Okay. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. Okay, man.
Okay, good night, teacher.
Good night.